last video of the year. Here we go. Happy Vlogmas. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And if you don't celebrate, thank you so much for being here regardless of that. And I hope you're having an amazing December or whatever holiday you're celebrating. I missed one of the Vlogmas episodes that I wanted to post yesterday. I was kind of like scrambling because I didn't have quite enough for a good video. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna scramble. That's exactly what's wrong with my life right now. We're not gonna scramble. I will seek forgiveness and I will say Merry Christmas and miss a day, and that's okay. So I apologize for not being there on Christmas Eve with a video, but I actually did quite a bit. I showed a lot of what was going on the last 25 days in very pretty accurate chronological order. I don't usually do that. I don't usually show pretty consistently like where I am at any given moment, but I did do that this year. It was very real time. So with this being the last video of the year, you know how I am. You know how I am if you've been around here for a minute. When it comes to a new year, I get very excited about a new year. I love that impending feeling of a fresh start. So many people enjoy it and so many people can't stand it and think it's completely meaningless. And I think we all attach meaning to whatever it is that we want. And this has always served me. And I have always felt like I could have a new moment, a fresh approach, the ability to wipe a slate clean if I needed to at the beginning of a new year. I've always felt that way. And then I've also always given myself the excuse that my birthday is in June, and if I needed a midway point slate cleaning, I could have it. But not as often as I take the New Year's very seriously. I love it. I live for it. And I think it's okay that I do, and some people won't. And some people will find that they get that satisfaction in other ways. I am here for it. But I am looking forward to it so much. I think the best thing in the world happened to me, and that was the birth of my child this year. I mean, like there's unprecedented best thing in the history of the universe. I look at her and the sun shines so bright. There is absolutely incredible amounts of love in that area of my life, and I am so obsessed. I am so obsessed to the point that I have, in the last couple of months, had to rectify a couple of other areas of my life that were not serving me anymore. And I think that makes sense because of how much happened in the last 3 years, which is how we started off Vlogmas, that all these things that I wasn't satisfied with, but also had some great things going on, just all these things like had to happen in order for me to get to this point in my life. So it makes a lot of sense that because circumstances have changed so much, that new things would become passionate for me, and I would feel different ways about things that I've been doing for a very long time. So now that there's this, oh my gosh, this wonderful fresh start that I always look forward to, and I start to reflect on what does that mean for me, in the last few months I've really had to look at what is important to me and what's not anymore. And I've started really laying the groundwork for how things will look differently for me in 2023. And so that is how I bring you into this conversation. I did a little talking of, actually, I think I was sitting in this exact spot. I talked about this a little bit when I said in my YouTube title, taking a year off. I, of course, was not talking about taking a year off of YouTube, but YouTube has taken on different meaning for me and different purpose for me in my life and in my career. And so I actually want to really take that conversation head on with you right now. If you're watching this video, thank you. Like, if it's because you watched every Vlogmas and you're like, oh, I gotta watch the last one, thank you. If it's because you happen to jump on my channel and I'm taking a couple weeks off and you're like, oh, let me just watch the last thing that she posted, thank you. Regardless of why you're here, it probably has a lot more to do with the fact that you know my face and you've heard my voice before than it is that you've stumbled upon someone new. Although if you did stumble upon someone new, that would be fascinating. Tell me in the comments down below. But most of you are here listening or watching this right now because you have been committed to me and my community on some level. And so I have to thank you for that. But I also want to offer you an invitation. I am taking on a completely new approach to who I am and how I share it with the world. I have loved so much all of the work that I've done, all of the videos that I've posted here, all of the incredible aha moments that I've had with my community and what they've been able to do for themselves because of stuff that we've talked about together. It has been incredible. But I have reached that point again, and I've noticed it happens about every 5 years. So now, like the birth of my baby and all these things, like it's happening again, like another 5 years later. Like things are bubbling up inside of me that it's like, okay, there's more to this. There is more to me. And so things are going to look different. I have my head on very straight about who my community is, who my person is. I've talked about this a million times because I love talking about video creation and how you might be able to do it in any way that it serves you, and really understanding who your one perfect viewer is. And I know who that is for me. And I've always known who that is, but with the nature of the internet and content and everything that it looks like today, it's very easy to get distracted. And I'm constantly in this battle between being a student of Stoicism and loving the idea of continuing to self-develop myself, but then it tends to fight with the side of me that's very advanced in the area of video content marketing and attention, and how do those two things work together? Like if we're removing the ego, we just don't care about attention at all. But at the same time, from a business standpoint, like I know what it takes to get massive video numbers on the internet. Like I know exactly what it takes. And in a lot of situations, I opt out of it. And I hear about it all the time. I hear about it from colleagues and family and friends and business books and podcasts. It's like, just do this. And I'm like, yep. I would tell my clients the same thing. Just do this. It's very simple. Just do this. And I will opt out of doing it every time. And I continue to have this conversation with myself. Like, why am I doing that? Why is that the case when low-hanging fruit is so obvious to me? And it is because I don't want it. Like, I just don't want that low-hanging fruit. I have a very clear vision of what my life looks like. And I want to be open to what the journey is going to be to getting there. But there are certain things I'm just not going to entertain doing for myself, because they are not something I will look forward to. They are not something that will make this job more interesting for me. It would actually just make it more of a job and less satisfactory. And I think that one of the biggest areas that I need to work on, I opened up a little bit about this during Vlogmas, is just focusing on things that bring me a ton of joy. If I really want to do that, the biggest thing I have to do first is not blame the rest of the world, but just look at myself and say, well, why is that not happening? And it's because in some ways I've listened to some advice that really hasn't served me. And so it's now just time to look at that work and look at that time spent and look at that money spent and look at all of those things that I've done up to this point and say, no, that word that we love to talk about around here. No, the answer is just no. I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to cut it off. I don't have to tie a fancy bow on it and send it off into the ocean. It's just a no. And that's very hard for me. I'm a finisher. So that's very hard for me. But I am so ready to take that on. I am so, I just want to be able to be someone who just says no and just leaves something in the abyss. And I think that, that might suck for some people. And I don't plan to not follow through on promises that I've made, but I just need to stop saying yes to a couple of things that just haven't been right. So anyway, back to what that means here. Back to what that means for you. As per usual, when things take a turn on Amy TV, videos start to look different. And so I want to offer extreme kindness to you and extreme kindness to anyone that's ever crossed my path and been here and decided it was right for them and then decided it was no longer right for them. I love you so much for anything you have contributed. If it was a view, if it was an email, if it was a comment, if it was a lovely share to somebody you know, if it was a purchase of a book, a purchase of a course, anything, like something tiny, like you just, even a troll comment, like I love you. You cared enough to do that thing. And anyone else that's like, I've contributed so much more than that. I've contributed all of those things and more. I love you so much too. And if for any reason you don't like it here anymore, I will still love you to full-on pieces and wish you well and wish you the most success, because we are growing humans and growing humans change. And if you didn't, then what the heck have you been doing? Subscribe to my channel. If you have not changed in some way in your life, you've probably learned nothing. I wish everyone so much growth and change, especially since I have to wish that for myself. So if you end up seeing Amy TV in 2023 as a not exactly what you expected kind of place. And by the way, I'm saying this, I have no idea what that means. I don't even really have these big plans. I am just giving myself the open creativity to stop feeling shut down by digital platforms and algorithms and advertisers and all these things. I am done feeling shut down by them, and I'm opening myself up to a world of things that I'm curious about. That's it. I want to continue to be a teacher, but by always being a student first. And so I want a platform here that's going to make me feel like I can own that ability to be a student, to be a connector, to be an idea sharer. And that's what I intend to do, because I really don't know any other way. I just might find my way in different formats. So like I said, if that ends up not being your cup of tea, I love you. I appreciate you. Subscribe, unsubscribe, like, don't like, I don't care. I am so happy for you either way, and I will be fine either way. And I wish for you to find the right people. Find and surround yourself with the right people, and never stop. Because if you feel like you're in a rut, look around to the people you're surrounding yourself with, the people you follow on social media, the people around you and what they talk about, the people you work with. Just think about the energy that's around you. If it doesn't feel right now, make a change. And if you have to make that change for me, I understand. If I'm the right fit and you change to me, amazing. I would love to see you. But I'm going to be, I think really for the first time in a very long time, maybe not the first time ever, but for the very first time in a long time, choosing to keep two people in mind for all of my lovely internet content. And that is my one perfect viewer, always. But in a very close and even second place, me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really want. That is what I want. I just want to feel like that. Like I'm doing it for me too. And somewhere along the way, I got off the rails. And I would like to fix that. I would like to fix that. Yeah. I think the most frustrating part about it for me is I don't even really know how to explain why I feel this way. Because I don't look at anything I've done and feel ashamed of it. I actually feel very proud. But something's not clicking for me. And I need to figure that out. I'm very excited to figure that out. Like, I'm just like, okay, any day now. That would be cool. That would be cool. I don't know. It's very interesting, but I couldn't dream of doing that without you. I really couldn't. I said it before. It takes a lot for me to say I don't want to make videos. Like, it takes a lot. It is so ingrained in me to share in this capacity. It takes a lot for me to say I'm putting the camera down and I don't know when I'm picking it back up. So that's just not where I'm at right now. But other than that, it's full on discovery mode. And I am freaking here for it. Like, I am so here for it. So I hope that if you're feeling some kind of way about your life like that at this moment, that my decision to do such a thing motivates you as well. And that we stop letting external sources and influences decide what's right for us. Whether it's a parent that's making you feel that way, or a spouse, or a child, or a social media platform, please stop listening to them and do what feels right to you, because we don't get to do this thing for very long. It feels long, but it is not. We are just microscopic moments in this universe. So all the stress really feels like it's for nothing. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm very sorry that you're not getting a full-on vlog for Christmas, but I just thought the best way to kind of send us off here would be for me to be just super duper honest with you and where I'm feeling in my life. And actually, it was really nice for me to be able to take a day off from Vlogmas so that I could really think about what I wanted to say to you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas with my family and Bianca's first Christmas. And I think my family's coming over. We're gonna, start the whole festivities, even though it's not quite Christmas yet. It's gonna be very good. And I'm looking forward to going back home and starting to lay the hominess around and make Connecticut feel a bit more like where we belong. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited for Bianca to wake up from her nap, because I'm always excited for her to wake up unless it's 4 o'clock in the morning. At those moments, I'm not excited. But every other time, I get so excited to see her. That'll probably be in about 5 minutes. Good timing. And on a much lighter note, I found the universe's gift to women through pantyhose on Amazon. I don't usually like wearing tights very often, but these... that's not my skin tone. That is fleece. And they are so warm and so flattering. And that's why I'm wearing a dress. Okay, one thought I had for 2023. By the way, here, I'm thinking about calling next year 2023 and me. What do we think about that? 2023 and me. I'm thinking of starting a little adventure series called Canceling My Yoga Pants. Because even I'm sick of putting them on. Honestly, I miss wearing cute clothes. It was COVID, and then it was I was very cute in Italy. Let's not get it twisted. Check it out on Instagram. But it was COVID, and then a very quick stint of looking cute in Italy, and then I was pregnant. So it's been a minute since I felt very cute. And so I'm I need to go on an adventure of canceling my yoga pants and find some new cute things to wear. So anyway, you need the staples and a good pair of pantyhose, especially fleece lined. This is like an optical illusion. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm gonna go and have my first glass of holiday Prosecco. That's right, I waited a long time for that. And go hang out with my kid and go iron out our holiday matching pajamas. All 3 of us. Yes, Vincenzo, even you. And take a good amount of time off. I am not going to be uploading videos until we are well into January. So I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to take a break. I have not done that very many times. I have always been ready with loads of information and tips and ideas for the beginning of the year. And I'm not doing that this year as my first order of changes for 2023. I'm going to take a little bit of a vacation. And I have to say again, thank you for being here for this. It has been so eye-opening seeing your comments throughout. So yes, it's been amazing. But that is all for now. And that is all for 2022. Now, what do we say? How could she not? Okay, we're not changing that much, right? that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. I'll see you in 2023. Cheers. I really hope the room wasn't messy somewhere. It's always somewhere sneaky in the background. I think we may have tidied it up. My head was probably cut off the whole time though, because I tend to do that a lot, but oh well. Oh well. I only have so much light at my parents' house.